Ah shit, it's time already. Wow. That was quick. Okay, we are doing another stream of I don't fucking know, doing some dumb shit. Cause like, yeah. I'm kinda out of ideas. So, right. We are doing Wordle. I was thinking about maybe finding something to try, like React stuff. I was also thinking about doing Dark Souls bosses tier list, because I don't know, it's kinda fresh-ish in my mind, so why not? Yeah, something like that. Maybe some Geoguessr later. Basically, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, let me just move myself a bit down, because I don't quite like how this looks. Okay, yeah, that's more like it. Now, let me check that I am at least minimally ready, because, yeah. Oh, okay, let me skip the flashbang on Wordle, and we might as well start with that too, huh? Why is my preview lagging? Hang on just a sec, let me refresh the page and see if that's anything like on my end. Well, I don't think it is. Okay, good. That works. Hey, how you doing? What is up is I'm starting with Wordle, and well, then I'll see. Okay, right, so speaking of, now, my very smart standard start. It works really well lately, by the way. Also, same letters as a couple days ago. So, that's a bit weird. Okay, let us do this so we clear also A and some positions for E and N. That didn't do much. Right. How about... fuck. Now that is not a good idea. Okay, let me see what I can do with N. I would probably... actually... I don't think I need to clear O, because this is basically enough vowels, no? So... Dude, I'm starting to feel like I just need to check my old word. Okay, so I think one likely option would be something like this. don't ask me why this came to mind. You already know. Okay, so... So E is either 1 or 5, and I is 1, 3, 5. Which means, yeah, we probably have vowels on... Well, at least 1 and 3, I would say. Now, E feels more likely for some reason for the first one. Though, I don't know. Well, fuck. With one more letter it could be Enigma. This way, I kinda have no idea. Yeah, so probably not. Wait, okay. How about this? Okay, we got at least I and E, so N is 1 or 2 at this point. I can work with this. Now let's see, so for example it would be like... could be unite. I feel like unite was a word like not long ago, so that would be kinda stupid. Yeah, well, at least N is there. Fuck. Maybe I shouldn't have tried this, since it was a word not that long ago. Right, well, what else can it be? Let's see, not Q, not W. Probably not a double either of those vowels, although it's kinda possible. Not Y. D, F, J. Maybe K? Not that, not that? Huh. Wait, it's a knife, I think. I feel like this was a word not long ago either, huh? Well, apparently it's today. Phew indeed. Alrighty. So that's Wordle. Right. I would have tried Mini, but I think last stream I just saw that now it requires to subscribe, which is, yeah, fuck that. Sure, I'll check it after the stream, okay? Right, so now for the Dark Souls bosses. So, since I've just finished like this 3 SL1, I thought that while it's fresh on my mind, I might just do this, so like, fuck, I don't know. So I can basically remember both how it feels to fight a boss when you are like basically doing a speedrun build and you just destroy everything, or when you are not all that ready to fight the boss, you know? So, yeah, now just give me a sec, I want to... Ah, fuck. Okay, and this, and... just a bit slower, so I don't cover, like, everything. Yeah, okay. That will do. Now, I wish they were at least, like, by the game, but... okay, we can deal with this. And I think they are like alphabetical, so okay. Now, so first we got our, I will say from the very beginning that like, I think a lot of these two bosses will be down below because, I don't know, it's kinda, like it has a few good bosses, but most of them are just either underwhelming or the entire like mechanic about the boss is how should I even put it? Just makes me not want to put them anywhere close to the top, you know? Kinda Bed of Chaos type of thing. Okay, so with our... I mean... it's probably fun if you fight him when he's invisible. I don't know. But, like... normally, honestly, there's, like, nothing impressive. His HP by that point is... not too much. The runback is non-existent. I'm actually not sure if that's a negative or a positive, but it is a fact, you know? So, honestly, I'll just throw him in B for now, and we'll see. Aldia is like... you go to fight him in the end of the game and he doesn't do like anything. Fucking zero, man. And even if you get damaged by some absolute miracle, well, you can just fuck off a little bit and heal and he won't do anything to you. I don't know, like... is it even possible to die to Aldia? I didn't play like a lot of DS2, but I'm not sure it is. So yeah, that is an absolute fucking trash. Aldrich. Well, that is more interesting. Now, Aldrich, depending on... like, it really depends on how much damage you have. Because if you have a good build, you can just destroy him without even like trying to grind or anything, like without doing anything stupid. You just come in and annihilate the boss. And if you are like actually leveling, you probably have HP to survive. I mean, he kinda can fuck up like the new player who doesn't know what to do with the rain, but that's about it. Still, like, I don't know, let's put him in A for now, but I am really not sure about that. I feel like he might go down at some point. Okay, next we got Cinder, and here's the thing. Before the DLCs, Cinder was like not too much, you know, after Princess and Nameless, but still like, okay, final boss-ish. Now that we have the DLCs, Cinder is underwhelming as fuck. Cause like, you go, you fight Frida, you fight Midir, you fight Gale, then you go to Cinder and he does no damage at all. Like, it's not even funny. So, yeah, I would kinda say that Cinder is mid. Also, the whole mechanic with him changing weapons, like, I am not enjoying it. And it's not like bad, and it certainly can give you trouble, but also it can very much not give you trouble, you know what I mean? Like, if he pulls out the stuff second, it's basically a free fucking boss. If he pulls out the saber, not so much. Spear is fucking weird, man. Like, you either dodge everything while barely fucking trying at all, or you constantly get hit. And for the life of me, I just can't figure out the difference between the two. Okay, now, what the hell am I looking at? Can I, like, do open in a new tab? Okay, it's Freya. Well, Freya. So, there are two modes to Freya. First mode is you enter without a torch, at which point the fight becomes an overflooded game, and, you know, I'm not a fan. The other mode is you come in with a torch, at which point the boss is fucking easy and doesn't do shit. And the little spiders ignore you. And that's it. So, honestly, either of those ideas is a definite, like, lowest tier for me. Next we have, I believe, Dragon Slayer armor, though I kinda want to look. Yeah, okay, it is a proper place. I thought it might be on the Marches. Right. You know what? Fresh of the SL1, I love Dragon Slayer armor. Like, I'm not even great at that fight for some reason, but it is very aggressive on both sides. Like, I don't know, man. He always arrows at you, but at the same time, they really caught the rhythm. Like, you can always attack when it's, you know, when it's your turn, after boss's combo. Then immediately boss attacks, like, the rhythm is always there and it's fucking perfect. So, yeah, I honestly would put him at least in A, just because I'm not sure yet that I want him in S, but top A is, like, easy. Okay, next we have Artorias. Well, that guy fucked some major ass when he first came out. Yeah. I think everyone who started with DS1 remembers him fondly. and like for quite a bit. You know what I mean? So yeah, and also, you know, lore and all the stuff, and the cutscene is cool. So yeah, Torres is definitely S tier. Even though, let's be honest, like from the now point of view, DS1 bosses are not that hard, like at all. Yeah. Alrighty, Dancer. Now, uh, I have a lot of pain with the Dancer. Like, honestly, mm, to me, she is one of the hardest bosses in this 3 because I just don't feel her at all. Like, I sorta remember the first phase, you know, all the attacks, all the moves, all the stuff. When it comes to the second phase, I can barely register what she's doing for some reason, and I can't even like remember it, so basically every time I come to Dancer, it's like I'm fighting her, I don't know, almost the first time. I don't know why she fucks with my brain so much, but the point is she does. So, yeah, well, still it's like not S tier, cause I don't know, there's just nothing all that impressive, but I will put her like right behind the Dragon Slayer for now. Okay, next we have, I believe that is the Looking Glass Knight, right? For some reason, the image is named in Spanish. All the other ones were in English. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, I remember when these two first came out, I really enjoyed the thunder sound for his lightning attacks. Even though now I played it not so long ago and it kinda fails to impress, I would say. But back then, for some reason, it did. Also, summons. That is kind of unique, you know? And, like, he's not hard, but, I mean, okay, look, it's DS2. When it first came out, in my first playthrough, I don't remember the exact number, but I remember for a fact that more than half bosses I killed in the first try. So, you know, when I'm saying that he's not that hard, but kinda, have that as a reference, right? uh, that being said, I don't know. He's kinda like well-rounded, not too easy, I would say, and with a fucking summon gimmick. So let's put him in like top B, I would say, because he fails to impress to go any higher. But honestly, you know what? I feel like we might need another tier. How about we do this? Close you. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay. And we make this F, obviously. And yeah. Okay, Aldia goes there. Freya stays in D. That seems about right. Okay, Okay, these guys I suppose can stay for now, cause none of them are like too bad. Okay, next Rame. Well, speaking of DS2 and actually hard bosses, huh? Also, he has that fun mechanic with a well-stat helmet. Also, can I be honest? I fucking love the Fume Sword. I just... I don't know, man, I fucking love that sword. So, yeah. But, also, I don't know, he has cool design, he has punishing attacks, kinda still feels fair-ish. You know, alone, hand. So, yeah, that... Honestly, I will put him right behind Dragon Slayer armor for now. And like, I am not sure, maybe I should move them both. Actually, you know what? Maybe, yeah, I probably want to do it more like this. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. Okay, Champion Gander. Well, this fight comes down to one simple question. Can you parry? Because if you cannot parry him, yeah, that is a hell of a fight. If you can, not so much. Like, he is easily destroyable with parrying. Still, I don't know, it's like either lowest A, probably lowest for now at least, or top B. I kinda enjoy the idea of just parrying his ass, and the other option is actually hard, so I'll put him in the bottom A at least for now. Executioner's Chariot. Yeah. What if Runback was the boss? You know what I mean? Because, like, let's be honest, the horse does nothing, basically. The Runback, on the other hand, both, you know, inside with all the skeletons and necromancers, that part is annoying, and the outside with all the fucking guys jumping down, and the Phantom, and then... wait, is that Phantom a Forlorn, or is there another Forlorn invading somewhere around there? Either way, yeah, that is kind of a lot, and I feel like, if anything, it takes from the boss more than it adds to it, you know? Like, if the actual boss does something, the runback is kind of okay. We will come to the Smelter Demon later, I suppose. But when the boss is pathetic and the runback is the entire problem, that is just... that sucks. Big time. Flexile Sentry is next, and now I feel like maybe I shouldn't have moved Dancer and Aldrich and all those guys, cause, yeah. Let me just look at the list a bit more. Yeah, you know what, I suppose the alphabet played a trick on me, cause we will have a lot more to put under these guys, and the sentry is one of those, because like the room has a gimmick with the water and stuff. The boss is like... The moveset is kinda nice, you know, because he has like two sides and all that stuff, but he really fails to impress. And that's kind of a theme with Dark Souls 2, I suppose. Like, bosses, a lot of them look kinda nice, but they just don't do shit to you. Okay. Ruin Sentinels. Honestly, throw them in the same place. Like, maybe unless you try to fight 3 of them at once. But like, even when it's 2, it's kinda not a problem. When it's the first one alone, kinda just doesn't do shit, even though you are very limited in space. So yeah, they kinda just exist. I don't know, man. Porkins. Well, now these guys are questionable. It really is a DPS check, you know, like and it's sort of an easy check, but if you actually manage to fail it, or if you're playing like some NG plus many, then it's holy shit, man. Basically, if you actually have to fight a bunch of them, oh, sucks to be you. But if you have DPS to kill them one by one, then it's like absolute fucking nothing, man. So I guess top C? Cause like depending on you failing DPS check, they kinda could be in B, maybe, possibly, or they could be like at least down with like Freya, and also let's put Chariot in front of Freya still, because yeah. That is Sif, right? I'm not tripping. No, that is what's his name? I thought I would put him at least with the guy. It's the boss from the Frida DLC, the one like down below with the guy and the wolf. And that wolf kinda can kick your ass. And I don't know, his moveset is... how should I put it? It's kinda... I find it hard to like find the right rhythm, but also once you have, there is not much going on. The doggo kinda still hits like a truck. And honestly, the guy sometimes at least does his job at meaning, you know, surviving until the wolf arrives and a bit more, just to fuck with you. So I don't know, somewhere in B, like kinda around Cinder and Ava, I suppose. Actually, I would probably put Ava behind both Cinder and the doggo. Also the knight as well, if we're being honest. Oh my fucking god. Next we have Blue Smelter Demon. Now... Hmm. Now we have a dilemma, cause if we are talking about the boss fight, well, it could kinda be like top B, maybe even, I suppose, not A. I mean, it's a fucking reskin, okay? I would maybe put the original Smelter Demon in A, but the fucking reskin, seriously, that kinda takes from it, you know? But the fucking runback, man. Just remembering that shit, I want to put him in F. You know what I mean? I would say there is a place in hell for the guy who came up with all that, but honestly, I think he does have a place in hell and he's working there. So, yeah. I suppose right here in between these two tropes and B would kinda work. Maybe I'll move him when I'm thinking about the other Smelter Demon. Okay, Centipede. Centipede is weird. Like, first off, I remember that in original DS1 he dropped the lava walking ring when you cut off his tail. Now in this remaster I don't believe he does that anymore. At least I seem to remember cutting off his tail and that not happening, and he actually like drops it at the end of the fight. Now if the fight was less annoying, like if there were more islands in lava, shall we say, that would be okay. But basically the fight comes down to you standing right there in front of the fog gate and waiting until he's done throwing his one fucking limb forward and he actually comes to fight you. At which point it's kinda easy. Like, it wasn't even too hard on SL1, I think. So... yeah, I don't know, it's kinda shit. But he's also a centipede and yeah, I'm kind of a fan. I'll give him the lowest possible place in C just for the looks, okay? It's my tier list, don't judge me. Jabba the Hutt. I don't even remember. Is he Covetous Demon? I think it's in Spanish again. I don't know, I just always called him Jabba, and he just doesn't do anything. Like, he's just lying there and taking it, so we'll just throw him an F with Aldia, and they can both stay there and not do anything. Now, Capra. That is something to discuss, huh? So, yeah, the fight comes down to enclosed space and two dogs. The boss himself is a fucking decoration, if we're being honest. Also, kinda just a big body to block your way initially when you are trying to get whether it's to the stairs or wherever else you want to be. Though why would you want to be anywhere except the stairs? Yeah, anyway. It's either like top C or it's probably lowest B, right? Because it never really feels quite fair. I don't know, like, it's hard, but it's annoying hard, not like a good challenge hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Next up, give me a sec to hydrate. Okay, next up we have Taurus Demon. Now, Taurus is interesting. He's not hard in any way, and you even kinda have choices of whether you want to fight him in a sort of corridor, aka the, you know, wall section, or on like arena type of thing, which is the tower section basically, where he can jump up. And in between that, you have an option of remembering what you were taught in tutorial and giving him a plunge attack, which is nice. So yeah, I feel like that kinda makes him cool-ish in terms of the entire like game progression and stuff. Like, he's in a real good place. And he is exactly what he needs to be in that place, you know what I mean? But he is kinda easy. So let's probably just put him behind Capra. Next up, Asylum Demon. I mean, it's a tutorial boss, and he's kinda doing the tutorial thing. Like, I don't know, let's throw him in like bottom C, because he doesn't really do shit, but that is his job, you know, so no shade. Okay, and next up we have an original Smelter Demon. Now, still the fucking runback, man. Honestly, if only DS2 had the same mechanic as the others, where you just need to click the fog gate and basically you're invincible. But no. So yeah, the runback is kinda dog shit. The boss himself is nice, honestly. Like, he has a somewhat unique mechanic where he damages you when you are close to him. He has the AoE, he has kinda HP and damage that is challenging when you get to him. So like, it's a good boss. If only Runback wasn't a shit. Honestly, let's just put him right in front of his bro, just because, well, he is the original. Not sure about lore, but in terms of gameplay, he definitely is. Right, now, are you Stray or Fire Sage? Salvage. Okay, by the location, I think that is Stray. How should I put it? I mean, it's Asylum Demon with explosions. But I would put Stray above Fire Sage, I would say. And I think a good place would be in between Ruin Sentinels and Flexile Sentry. Because he's kinda more dangerous than flexile sentry, but less so than sentinels, so yeah. That seems right to me. Then I believe we have ceaseless discharge. Now, ceaseless can be a decently challenging fight, except that you can chase him in the corridor, or you can just run back and then you just kill him with him doing nothing. So yeah, the fight is somewhat challenging, except infinitely cheesable. I don't know, like, let's put him honestly kinda same place. I suppose like I will put him in front of the Stray because he actually has a unique thing when he like tries to jump while following you, and then you can just kill him. And Stray, on the other hand, is a fucking reskin. Otherwise, they are kinda like... I suppose not similar. If you are actually fighting Ceaseless, he's harder on Stray, like, definitely. Still, that feels like a decent place to me. Song Demon. That guy just goes right between the Chariot and Freya. In between, I said. Hello? Okay. Because kinda does nothing, but I feel like Freya does even more nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's basically it. Now, I believe that would be Deacons, right? Yep, that, yeah. Now, Deacons are easy and also kinda annoying, I would say. And also you can just go kill the Abyss Watchers, and then make a +7 weapon, and then they're even easier. And they still manage to be fucking annoying. Because it's just, you know, a million units fight. But also still easy, so... I feel like somewhere around Centipede would be just about right. Ancient Dragon from DS2. Now that is a question. He's like moderately hard, I suppose. Although when DS2 first came out, I believe he was nerfed after that, and yeah, back then he was an absolute fucking pain in the ass. I don't know, like, problem is he doesn't seem to be challenging in like a fair way. Like, most of the challenge comes from his flying up and, you know, lighting everything on fire. And if you are in a bad position, that might be fatal. Otherwise, as is kind of a theme with DS2 bosses, he kinda does nothing. Like, that one thing that he does quite often is the only actual problem. I feel like I would put him right behind the Four Kings. Because I don't know, it just feels kinda similar to me. Okay, Next we have Gaping Dragon. That guy, well... I would say that even for DS1 and early in the game where he is, like, that's already a lot of stuff, you know, in his favor, and he still kinda does nothing. Or, I suppose he does something if you don't know what to do, you know what I mean? So, But also like, just come on, it's a fucking Gaping Dragon, it's so easy, like, I feel like around Flexile Sentry would be just about fair. The dragon from Skip, what's his name? Guardian Dragon or something like that, I believe, or Guardian Drake. Yeah. That guy goes right in front of the Executioner Chariot because, again, like, he just does nothing. Like, from the first time I came there when I first played DS2 and to the last time I played DS2, you just hug his legs and he doesn't do anything, and he's slow, and that is, like, you actually need to try to die there. Okay, now next, I believe that's, yeah, that is Alana. Right, Alana is, I feel like she can be decently hard, but in the most annoying possible way, which is being a gang boss. Especially when she summons a fucking another boss. And you know what? I will say it. She summons a better boss than she is. So, yeah, like, she's not easy, but she's fucking nasty, man. So, I suppose in front of the Four Kings would work. Not even judging by the, like, difficulty, although it kinda works about difficulty as well, but I just don't want her higher up because she's fucking nasty. Frida and Randall. You know what? It might not be the hardest, but for some reason it is my favorite fight in the entire series. So yeah, that is number 1, followed closely by Gale. Now, Gale is an interesting guy. I guess the biggest problem with Gale is he has a fuck ton of HP. Like, a ton, you know? But, meanwhile, like, first phase is aggressive but easy to learn. Second phase is... I suppose second phase is the most annoying to me. Mostly because of his fucking cape that just always seems to hit you. And like, even if you are doing what seemingly works to make the cape not hit you, sometimes it still fucking manages to hit you. Like, I fucking hate that thing. At least it doesn't do a lot of damage. Third phase is... I don't know, man. I kinda feel like his third phase is actually the easiest, because... How should I put it? It relies on effects overload. Like, there are fucking lightning, there are skulls flying all around. But once you realize you just can filter that all from your mind, he's just jumping and doing slow and easy attacks. And all that stuff you just don't really need to worry about. Like, if you are dodging his actual attacks, you will also dodge the skulls. And the lightning is, you know, don't stand in the fucking circle. Yeah. But it is still a great fight. And I mean, as useless as all the effects are, holy shit, that looks cool. Now, next up, I believe that is... yes, that is the Iron Golem. Well, the Iron Golem honestly can fuck off right to the other guys in D who do nothing. But also, I mean... no, I suppose not. Let's put him in front of the Gaping Dragon. Because he does nothing, but he's more of this kind of doing nothing than the absolute useless kind of doing nothing. You know what I mean? And also, he kinda has some stuff going for him. Like, he does look fucking cool. And I suppose, the possibility of throwing him off the bridge is a unique mechanic, and it's kind of a neat one. Alright? So, yeah, let him be there. Next is the Curse Rotten Greatwood, I believe. That's a fucking mouthful. Unlike the boss, who is not anything full, you know? I'm starting to feel like my C tier is getting bloated, but I would kinda throw him the same way still. Yeah, probably. Also, fuck it. Let's put Elana with like Capra and Taurus. Cause honestly, at least Taurus kinda feels out of place in there. Because I basically put him there because like he's just everything he needs to be at that point, but he is fucking easy and he's there with kinda bigger guys. Honestly, yeah, let's put him down with like these guys. Fuck it. Alright, next we have, I believe that is Dark Souls 2 Gargoyles. Which is questionable. Like, they're definitely harder than DS1 Gargoyles, but they are harder in the only way Dark Souls 2 knows how to be hard, which is throw a fuck ton of enemies at you. And that just doesn't feel all that balanced, you know? So, yeah, I will put them in like highest C, probably. And I will put the original Gargoyles, I would say, right behind Capra. Because the DS2 Gargoyle fight is just... it just doesn't feel good. It's annoying, it's a bunch of enemies. Like, it's harder, but in the worst possible way. That's how I feel. The Sanctuary Guardian is up next. And that guy is kinda easy, but also... Gee, dude, I don't know. Like, I remember that I sometimes had trouble with this guy, but I can't for the life of me figure out why. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's kinda sometimes hard-ish, but it just feels like my own failing rather than his accomplishment. Still, I mean, around like Capra and Gargoyles would probably do fine for him. Oh, hey there. Thank you for the follow. How you doing? Right, next one. Gwyn. Well, Gwyn is parable. And you know what? I'll just put him with another parable, very parable, shall we say, guy. Because it kinda seems right about right, and like what he doesn't maybe have in terms of difficulty, he makes up for with like lore and visual and all that stuff. I am having a good day, thanks. What's going on is the Dark Souls boss tier list. I just finished doing Dark Souls 3 SL1, so kinda decided to do this while it's fresh on my mind. Alrighty, Gwendolyn. Well, so you know how sometimes it's the boss that's a problem, and sometimes it's the runback that's a problem. Now, what if the runback was the boss, right? Well, that would make the boss shit. Put him in D. Well, thank you about looking cool. I like it too. As for Dark Souls, not knowing much, well... honestly, maybe you have something to look forward to. It is a good series. And also, like, Elden Ring is good, and bunch of other games are good, so like, you know, maybe try it. It's not as hard as people would make you believe. Okay, now, I believe that is Gander Jr. Or, I suppose, timeline-wise, more like Gander Sr. And where is the Asylum Demon? Because that's basically the same, right? It's a tutorial boss, and he is exactly what the tutorial boss needs to be. The best advice I ever gave to someone. You mean Dark Souls wise or in general? I don't know, I suppose people don't ask me for advice all that much. In general, huh. I don't know, man. I suppose stop worrying about shit and just keep going. Like, it will work out eventually, or maybe at least you will enjoy what's going on. Right, now then we have Dragon Slayer and double Dragon Slayers. Okay, I mean, the Dragon Slayer literally kills himself. Like, come on. And even if he doesn't, that fight is nothing. Like, he's slow, he's predictable, he's everything that makes him easy. Now, two Dragon Slayers are, I suppose, somewhere in the D tier. Because they are still easy, but hey, it's two of them. You at least need to keep your wits about you. Now, what is the next one? Cause... oh, it's Calamite. Okay. The picture of just his body without the head is not very informative. Right, but that being said, Calamite is one of the best fights in Dark Souls 1. And hey, how you doing? I mean, sure, you can tell me something. I suppose that is what chat is for now. Where the fuck did you get a history teacher like that? Okay, did you totally fucking stun-locked me? Nah, like, I suppose it's kinda possible, like, with some features in general, but I don't know, man, it's just... I mean, no, I cannot do Fire Breath because I did not figure out how to make it yet. Like, yeah, that is definitely in the plans for some time, but... huh. Dude. Okay, now I actually envy you. Well... I don't think that would be fire, I think that's more of a poison attack, no? Like, you would actually need to add a lighter to that at least. Yeah, but also, if your history teacher looks like this and can breathe fire, I kinda envy your history lessons, cause mine were not that fun at all. Well, like, actually, now that I'm remembering, my first history teacher was kinda cool, like, you know, with actually understandable like parallels and examples, like everything is you remember how it was in this movie or that movie, stuff like that. And then we got another one, and she was an absolute fucking deadbeat. Right. Meanwhile, where was I? Calamite. Yeah. So, yeah, that's one of the best fights in DS1, and though they are, like, they don't much hold up in difficulty by this point. Not sure, I don't quite remember when I pushed this model. I think it might have been earlier. I would probably just need to check my Twitter for that. But I have been streaming with previous version for like a bit over a year now. I mean, I'll take your word for it. I don't remember. Okay, also, what do we have next? Cool, thanks. Right, next we have Spear of the Church. Now, yeah, thanks man, I'm like just trying to either do something relevant or just have fun with it. I suppose like the starting stream posts look better with some kind of picture. And since I have my own model to play with, then, you know, why not? Right, now, meanwhile, Spear of the Church is... question is whether we are talking about the Half-Light or the PvP version. And I would go with Half-Light because, well, the PvP version just depends on the player. And I will be real, I fucking hate Half-Light. Because he hits like a truck, but also like he constantly just follows you with this one stance for his like big damage attacks, and you can't really... I mean, I suppose it depends on your weapon, but like it kinda locks your options a bit, you know? Like you need to either wait him out, and that takes a lot of fucking time, like a lot. Or you can try and go for like damage exchange and hope that you hit him first, which will not always be the case. And so him hitting like a truck becomes not a fun challenge, but just an annoyance. So yeah, I suppose Top C will work just because I personally despise this boss. Speaking of the bosses that people despise, bit of chaos. That is a fun one. Again, if the runback was the entire boss. Honestly, I will put Bed of Chaos in the top D, not even because the boss has any redeeming qualities, but because the redeeming quality for the boss is all the ways that community made up just to, you know, kinda skip fighting the boss. Because you got fire bombs, you got arrows, you got all kinds of stuff just to please not do it in an intended way. That's kinda hilarious. Okay, next we have the Grave Robbers trio from the Crown of the... what was it? Sunken King? The first Dark Souls 2 DLC. I mean, it is a PvP fight against 3 opponents. So, that's fucking cancer. And... I don't know, I suppose a redeeming quality would be the arena. Because it gives you all the chances to properly separate them and stuff, kinda like the Orson and Small room does. So yeah, but that is the only redeeming quality, and I kinda hate just the idea of this boss also. So I suppose lowest C because it's kinda challenging, and that's me being nice. Next we have Laden Zelen. Again, Dark Souls 2 in the fucking runbacks. And this is the most fucked up runback ever in the history of this series. Yeah, that is like Dark Souls 2 at its absolute worst. Also, if you are not using katanas, this will be one of the very few times in Dark Souls 2 when you will have to remember about the weapon durability being a mechanic at all. I mean, you can share it if you want, but look, I will just be honest with you. First off, I'm kinda, as you can see, enjoying doing stuff for myself. And secondly, I'm fucking broke anyway, so... good luck, but I can't really help you with all that. Right, yeah, so back to Laden Zelen. Yeah, durability is a fun mechanic. Which is, your weapons take damage when you use them, and they get repaired at the bonfire, and you never fucking remember about it because they don't have... they don't take that much damage to actually be a problem at any point. Except this specifically, because these two bosses deal a lot of damage to your weapon when you attack them. And there's 2 of them, so that's plenty of HP and your weapon will get broken. And that's fun. Especially when it's your first time and you don't even have that mechanic in the back of your mind. And then you're like, holy shit, do I even have a repair powder in my inventory and how can I reach it? And I'm dead. And now I do the fucking run back again. So, yeah. I suppose the very bottom of B or like top C would be... I suppose top C will do. Also, it's basically, in terms of the bosses themselves, a reskin of Ava, which is certainly a downside. Next we have... what's his name from Dark Souls 2? The Mage and Congregation, something like that. I mean, it's an enclosed space, and I suppose in terms of bosses that are not doing anything, they are kinda there-ish, but you also can just get blocked and you get the idea. Blocked and fucked. But at that point it's kind of your own failure. So yeah, I suppose kinda around top D. I still like Gwendolyn more. So yeah, somewhere there. Manus. Okay, that is... like, I am being generous to Dark Souls 1 bosses because, well, the difficulty has been, you know, rising throughout the series, so that's sorta not their fault, right? Anyway, Manus is definitely S tier. Now the question is, where in S tier? And you know what, honestly... At this point I will just put him where I feel like it, just by how much I like the boss and the fight and all that, so he will be at the bottom of S because it's debatable whether he is harder or easier than either Artorias or Calamite, I suppose, but I do find him less enjoyable. Next up, Moonlight Butterfly, which is the boss that does kinda nothing, I suppose, and doesn't have a lot of HP, and so it's just flying and you need to wait before damaging it. Yeah, that's it. So into the D tier with you. I suppose in front of Freya will be nice. I would throw it in F, but like, if you actually come there somewhat early, those attacks do have plenty of damage, I suppose. So, you know, there is at least some possibility of dying. And next, we have Midir. Now, Midir is again obviously S tier. Question is where? Now, I see most people saying that it's their like favorite dragon fight, and while I can definitely see why, I must say I kinda have a soft spot for Calamite. Maybe because I've been around the series from the beginning. So, you know what? And Artorias is just lore-wise up there, like probably at the top of S tier in terms of lore. So yeah, I will actually put Midir right behind Calamite. Fucking fight me. Pinwheel is up next. Now, here's a fun thing about Pinwheel. The catacombs are higher level than him, so when you actually get to him, you will kill him and be like, why the fuck is that even a boss? But you can technically like drop down 1-2 times and get to him in the very beginning, if you don't get run over by one of the wheels. And if you do that, like at the very beginning, when you actually don't have damage to kill him in basically one go, then you know what? He's kind of a fun boss, like not the best, sorta maybe spammy, but he is kinda fun. So yeah, I suppose it's just a weirdest decision to like put him in the area that is like way higher level than the actual boss. And you know what? It's kinda not the boss's fault. And for that reason, I would put him... I think about near the Ruined Sentinels would be kinda good. Yeah, that works for me at least. Now, next up, Dark Lurker, which is probably one of the very few Ws in the like original DS2. So that is just about where I'll put them. You know what? I will actually put him in front of the doggo, right behind Cinder. That seems fair to me. Now, Mita. Well, I mean, if you don't get rid of the poison, it's not exactly fair, but it's at least somewhat hard. But if you do get rid of the poison, then she just doesn't do shit. Which is kind of a theme for Dark Souls 2. And you know, the poison is like not the most pleasant mechanic to deal with, so I do not appreciate that as a possible gimmick. So let's put her in front of the Magus and Congregation, and I feel fine with that. Next up, Nashka. And... I am trying to remember. And I suppose that is just my point, okay? I'm trying to remember. And I kinda don't have much to say. So the point is, she's fucking forgettable. Like, yeah, she does damage. She kinda has decent damage, like she can actually kill you if you completely fuck it up, but otherwise she might as well not be there. Like, I don't know, I just have nothing to say about the boss. She's just forgettable, man. I suppose she can still be in front of Gwendolyn, but yeah, she's not going anywhere further. Nashandra. Now that is a question. Like, here's my thing. Currently in F tier, we have bosses that, like, just exist, like, they are not doing anything. Now, Nashandra does something. Like, again, she technically is able to kill you. If you are willing to give her enough chances. But... like, before DLC, she's supposed to be the fucking final boss, man. Like, god fucking damn it. That is your final boss? Seriously? So, yeah. I will put her in top of the F tier because even though she is not as pathetic as all those guys, but dude, she's supposed to be the fucking final boss. Come on, like, it's just disgusting. Nito. Right. The first boss that relies on mob spam. Although I suppose... you know what? I suppose he's kinda comparable to Capra. And now that I'm looking at my tier list where I have Alana right next to Capra, yeah, let's just throw Nito in there with them. That honestly seems kinda fair enough. Now, there are people complaining about the Nito runback, but honestly, I don't know, like, there are Dark Souls 2 runbacks that are bullshit difficulty. Like, that kinda even force you to fight some mobs. Nito runback is fucking long, but it's just that, it's a runback. And I suppose now that I'm saying it, the question is that a positive or a negative, right? Like, would you rather have it somewhat challenging and maybe able to fuck you up, or do you want just a longest run? So, yeah. That is questionable, but the boss himself is... he's fine. That's kinda just it, he's fine. And you kinda have a choice with skeletons, like you can either get a divine weapon to deal with them, or you can just deal with them some other way. By that I mean just, you know, waiting them out and hoping for Nito to do AoE and kill them himself. I don't know, man. Up there seems fine. That's just about it. Osiris is next. Now for Osiris... like, it's one of those bosses that barely do anything, unless you come there with absolutely no HP. So, for example, SL1 run, at which point he does something, and that something is his instant fucking charge that has no telegraph at all and that fucking one-shots you. If you have absolutely like nothing in HP. But that is hardly a positive, and also, I mean, come on, man. It's specifically for SL1, you will hardly ever go there with that HP level for him to actually be a problem. So yes, somewhere in C probably. At least lore-wise he's kinda cool. I suppose somewhere around Ancient Dragon and Four Kings will kinda be fine for him, in my view. Ornstein and Small. Well, that is another one of definitely S tier, but the question is fucking where. Cause like, we don't even have to talk about quality or how it holds up or whatever. Quality is kinda good actually. The room really makes the fight and I love it. But just aside from anything actually about the boss, it's just a fucking legend, right? Now, I would put them around Artorias. Now, question is on which side? And you know what? Nah, fuck it, I'll put them behind Artorias. Next we have the Sinner from DS2. And that fight is... Okay, so there are two options. Either you turn on the lights, at which point it's honestly one of those bosses that do nothing, or you don't turn the lights on, and then there is a slight problem. The problem is you can't lock onto her, and that kinda sorta makes it harder. Even not so much that you can't lock on, it's more like if you are actually trying, it will constantly break the lock, and that can fuck you up. But that's it. And you know what? I will put her at the top of D because like it's kinda like with Nashandra. She's a great soul apparently. Like she's supposed to do at least something, but you know what? It's kinda topical for this too. Those great souls are all shit, I think. Anyways, next is... What the fuck is your name? Like the fucking big dog. Is it Royal Red Vanguard, or is Vanguard the one with a bunch of reds? I don't remember. It's basically a big dog in the fucking red place. You know what I mean, okay? So, yeah. You know what? I have a question. Is he hard in any way? Because I have a friend who kinda hates him and thinks he's, well, at least annoying. I've seen a couple guys doing videos, like also saying that they kinda dislike him, so he's like, if not hard, then again, at least annoys them. For me, he was always like just not doing anything. Like you just stay under him and you kill him, and that's it. Like it's fucking nothing. So below Freya he goes. And next up we have Pursuer. And you know what? I will put him at the top of the B, probably behind the Dark Lurker. It's not so much because he's hard, which he's kinda not, but more like because of first of the options, cause he's one of, I think, the first bosses you can parry. Cause in DS1, in DS1 I think it's just Gwyn. And then in DS2 it's also not much. And Pursuer is the earliest, so like, yeah, it makes him basically the second ever boss that you can parry, right? I think. And also, with Scholar at least, he kinda lives up to his name, which is also cool. It gets annoying, but it's kinda cool. And next up we have the Rotten. Rotten goes right below the Sinner. Because, yeah. Again, it's a boss that kinda does nothing. Like, you need to actually... Like, he's slow, he's... everything, like, you need to actually be distracted or something to get hit, you know? Or overconfident, or I don't know, some bullshit. Or maybe step into the fire because you fucked up the positioning. Basically, if he is a problem in any way, that's on you. Because the boss is so big and slow and does fucking nothing that... yeah. Okay, next up, Priscilla. I killed her like once. And I played this one a lot. Just because, you know, kinda... why? So, yeah. But also, she kinda has a nice gimmick, I suppose, and... well, I can't say much about damage, because the fucking painted world is really dependent on when you go there. And like, if you find the paint before you even go to Anorlando, which is totally possible, you might find yourself underleveled and the fight actually challenging. If you didn't go back to the fucking asylum before, and you get there like in the second half, and maybe even towards the end of the game, well, then she's fucking easy. I don't know, I'll put her at the bottom B just because I like her. Okay, next is, I think it's Demon Prince, but give me the tab because I am not sure. Yeah, it is the Demon Prince. Well, that one is a lot. And by that I mean there are two kinda entirely different second phases depending on which one you kill first. And depending on which one you want to kill first, you kinda have a lot of options of how to play the phase 1. And also phase 2 has at least one attack that can very much fuck you up. Even if you are throwing like everything in HP. So yeah, kinda good boss, but also kinda not in line with all those guys. I suppose top A will be just fine. I do like the Demon Prince. Right, and next up we have ironically the guy who lore-wise fucked up the Demon Prince and his brother. So, Lothric and Lorian. Huh. That is interesting. It's like they are a decently hard boss. But my problem is the most difficulty comes from Lauren just fucking teleporting all over the place. Because the way those teleports work with his attacks can very much throw you off. Otherwise, his attacks are kinda easy. You know what? I will put them in front of Cinder, because funnily enough, I think they do more damage than Cinder. Actually, even though you could say some attacks are easy, fuck it, I'll put them at the very end of A because it is an enjoyable boss. And next up we have Quillag. Quillag is interesting because here's the thing, at least for the people who started off on DS1, I think like everyone had a problem when they faced her the first time. And then you learn her once and it's like a fucking bicycle. Like you can go there years later, barely remembering shit, and kill her on the first try because, like, wait, why did you ever have the problem with her? She's fucking easy, like, what? And I don't know, that's an interesting one, right? So yeah, I will put her at the top of B just because of that weird dilemma. Honestly, I can still figure it out. Like, because I don't know, man, like with how much trouble a lot of people I remember seeing, and fuck, I remember myself having a lot of trouble with her in the like very first try, but for that you would expect that you know, she can at least kill you, but then you come back later and she's kinda with those D tier bosses that I just say they don't do shit. And you need to actually try to die to them. It's weird, man. Okay, next up, the Ivory King. And I don't know, man. The king himself is kinda cool. Like, probably A tier. Maybe bottom of it, I'm not sure, but probably A tier. But the fucking start of the fight, where you are just fighting a bunch of mobs, I don't know, man, like... it's kinda cool, but it's kinda... why? Who thought it would be a good idea? I am not a fan at all of that part. So, you know what, call me biased against DS2, which I definitely am. I will put him at the bottom of the A tier. I would be considering his position in the A tier, if not for that beginning part. But this way, the exact end of the A tier, and that's it. Nameless King. Well, hello there. That guy is a lot. Like, he is the hardest boss in the original DS1. One could kinda argue that he's still up there with the DLC bosses. Yeah, he probably is. And he's also kind of a stamina check, I would say. My problem is... how should I put it? You know, some bosses kinda make you feel like some weapon choices are just not viable. And Nameless is one of them. Like, the first time I played DS3, I played with the Fume Sword. I also kinda had a low stamina, so yeah, that was also a problem. But later I tried it even with Fume Sword and normal stamina, and that is a lot. Like, with any faster weapon, it's manageable. But if you are using a slow weapon, then just the fact of you using a slow weapon fucks you up like a lot. And I feel like that is a major negative. Like, you know, it's not a PvP game. Everything should be at least viable. That's how I feel. So... I still love the fucking fight, so I will put him at the very bottom of S. But yeah, sure does have problems. Also, a lot of people are talking about the camera, at least in the first part. And maybe it's just because I never even tried to lock on, but like, what the fuck are they talking about? And I don't know what's the problem, because I've seen people like misjudging the distance on the Storm King a lot. Like guys with two-handed swords, like with a Buster sword category, just swinging into nothing, and I'm looking at it like, you are clearly out of range, what are you doing? And also, as I said, a lot of people complain about camera, and I have sort of no idea what they're talking about. I don't know, man. But there are a lot of complaints, so maybe there is something behind it. Right, next up we have Crystal Sage. And I would put him at the very bottom of B. Now, the thing with Crystal Sage is just like Deacons, he's very dependent on when you go there. Because you can go to him like immediately when you enter location, and by then you will probably have +2 or +3 weapon. You could go there after grabbing the large Titanite shards in the Farron Keep, in which case you will have +4. That's already better. Or you can kill the Abyss Watchers and then go down to the Smoldering Lake, and that gets you enough resources to get +7, at which point you fucking rip him apart. So yeah, there are a lot of possibilities, and depending on that, he can be hard or non-existent. Right, Fire Sage. Now, let me find where the fuck did I put the Stray Demon. Okay, Hidden Sea. Well, Fire Sage goes to D because just how many fucking Riskins can you have, dude? Come on. Okay, next up, Sith. You know what? that depends. And what it depends on is, are you trying to get the tail? Because if you are trying to get the tail, yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. Or a lot of a problem, because holy shit, that is annoying. I suppose it's also true for Calamite, like, Calamite with or without tail are just different fucking categories. Yeah, but if you are not trying to get the tail, then it's like the easiest boss ever, no? Well, I mean, there is the entire fucking DS2 waiting to argue about that, but he is not going higher than C. Honestly, I'll just throw him right with 4 kings. And that seems kinda fair-ish. I don't remember exactly what he's called, but the giant king from DS2. He has like one attack with an absolutely bullshit hitbox, which is, you know, not a good thing. And otherwise, you are just running around his legs, and he barely does fucking anything, and he's slow enough for you to be quite safe, so... Down with the Sinner and Rotten and all that he goes. Then we have... Skeleton Lords, Kings, I don't remember their title. But the guys from DS2 who summon a lot of other skeletons when they die. And that's it, and that doesn't do much. Like, there is one way to make the fight challenging. It's when you come there first time, and if you don't know what they do, and you kinda just rush to kill all those guys, and then you find yourself buried in a ton of fucking skeletons. That is like the only possibility, so yeah. Let's put them below Rotten. Sif. Sif is not the best boss fight, but Sif is the best boy. So... I'ma throw him into the A tier above Gwyn. I don't know why, but that seems just about perfect to me. And then we have... There are a lot of C's here. Right. So now we have Sin, I believe. Hang on, let me drink up a bit. Right, so Sin. I don't know. I know, again, a couple people that find him like annoying, at least. For me, he's just kinda the worst of actually flying dragons, and that's about it. Like, I don't have much to say about it, but also, like, he's not too easy, you know? I will throw him like above Pursuer, and that kinda seems fine to me. Now, is that Alone or not? Yes, that is Alone. Alone has his thing where he kills himself if you kill him with no damage. Alone looks fucking cool. Alone has a lot of nice attacks. It's generally a nice feeling fight. But the runback is... I suppose the only thing that's worse is Ludenzalen. And Alon has that fucking stab with the absolutely, like, remarkably bullshit hitbox. Like, it's actually notorious. And just for that hitbox, he's not going above A. Cause that shit is fucking insane. And honestly, you know what? In terms of like how hard he is, I would maybe consider where he is in A, but with overall quality, I will put him behind the Ivory King, and I will be happy with it. Pontiff. Well then, Pontiff is that question we have asked already a couple times, which is, can you parry? Because if you can absolutely fucking trivialize that fight. If you cannot, well, you're not like in a world of pain, you know, but he can fuck you up. I will... You know what? I will put Quillag behind Dark Lurker. And then I will put Pontiff... fuck it, in front of Dark Lurker. Yeah. Because, you know what? Parrying can trivialize him, but also parrying is fun. So there is that. The Last Giant. That is probably the easiest. I mean, he will, like, most likely be your first boss in DS2, I think. So, like, I suppose we can kinda consider him a tutorial boss. And that's like his only saving grace, because even for tutorial bosses, I mean, both Gunder and Asylum Demon, you kinda at least have to dodge. This guy, you can just walk around his legs. So, yeah, the very bottom of D. And that is with the bonus of him kinda like... of me deciding to count him as a tutorial boss, yeah. Okay, now we have the Red, aka the Ton of Reds from DS2. And that's like... And that is technically, I suppose, a gang fight, because you are getting a fuck ton of opponents. And that doesn't even make it hard. And then there is a ton of stages, which I'm not sure if they're there to separate the reds so you can kinda manage them, or if they're there to fuck up your attacks. Anyway, this is just a shit boss. I will put him in front of the Doggo, probably. They are both like the Red Covenant bosses in DS2, so that seems fair. Okay, now we have Wellstad. One of the kinda few good bosses in DS2. Now, exactly how good is he? I am just looking at the rest of the list and trying to remember, and honestly... Okay, I will put him right behind the Dark Lurker, because in terms of at least original DS2, that's just about where he is. And I guess I don't want to throw him lower, because, you know, it's one of the few actually decent bosses in DS2. Vendrick. Well, he just does nothing. Unless you are lacking souls. In which case he still does nothing, but you will get so fucking tired of killing him that you will make mistakes and he will kill you. That's about it, that's the only possibility. So, like, throw him with Sinner and Rotten because it's about the same level. Now, Solo Ornstein from DS2. I mean, I do have a soft spot for Ornstein, but he doesn't do much on his own. He's kinda, I suppose, harder than Flexile Sentry, although is he? You know what? I will put him behind Stray and Iron Golem. That seems decent. Now, what are you? Oh, alright, Old Iron King. Yeah. Another great soul from DS2 that doesn't do absolutely fucking anything, and the only thing you can die to is the arena. Which I suppose is kinda tailored to him, but in the worst possible way. Cause, you know, trying to not get thrown off a teeny tiny piece of land is not the most enjoyable thing. So, with the rest of the great souls he goes. Actually, no, behind Vendrick. Yeah. The Old Demon King from DS3. I mean, I suppose he's like not too bad, because here's the thing. He is optional. Which means, even though you are likely to go to the Smoldering Lake like early-ish, just for the loot, at least that's what I always do, but the boss himself, you may very well leave for later, and people kinda do that, you know, just leave him and then come back and fucking one-shot him without him even getting up properly. But I had to fight him on SL1 just now, and even like when you don't have a fuck ton of damage, he doesn't do much. So yeah, fuck it. Now, you know what, where do I have Stray? I will put him, okay, fine, behind Ornstein, because just because I like Ornstein. But yeah, he just doesn't do much. Now, Abyss Watchers, on the other hand, well, there are options. But not a lot of options, because like, the fuck ton of upgrades are actually locked behind them, so you will not get there like absolutely overpowered out of your mind. Unless, of course, you stop to grind for levels, that is. So yeah, there is kind of a limit, and they are a good boss with that limit. Like, it's fair, you know? They are hard, but they are manageable. Or you can just use the glitch, which is easy AF, and just turn them off. Yeah. So, I don't know. Do I put them in the A tier? You know what? Fuck it, I will throw them in the A tier. Good enough. Because... again, like, the way the upgrades are kinda behind them forces them to be balanced. And that makes the boss good, I would say. Next we have Throne Guys, Watcher, and what the fuck is the other called from DS2. And like, they don't do all that much, but I suppose the very bottom of B maybe. But they are still kinda easy, so I will put them right here on top of the DS2 gargoyles. Because, you know, could be better. I suppose, like, if you count them and Nashandra as one fight, that kinda makes sense, but if I'm remembering right, which I probably do, if you actually kill them, then you don't have to fight them again. So Nashandra is sort of a separate boss, even though she arrives right after the fight and you get immediately into the next fight. So yeah, we are counting that as separate. And as a separate fight, they are lacking. Next up we have Worth, and well, he's no Abyss Watchers. And again, a lot of upgrades are locked behind him. I think you can only get like +1 just before Worth. No, I don't think there is enough Titanite to get +2. But there is the fucking lightning resin, and that just absolutely trivializes him. Like, you just go there and get his ass, and no matter what you are using, you are dealing an absolute fuck ton of damage. And his own attacks are kinda easy. I suppose he's kinda tutorial boss 2.0 for DS3, but yeah, I don't know. Just for like being somewhat balanced without fucking resin, I will put him around like... okay, in front of Taurus Demon. I feel like that works, but, you know. Volnir. Well... he's... how should I put it? Volnir is fucking easy, because you just need to kill his bracers, and it doesn't take a lot of damage. And you can have way more than enough by that point. But he does have a couple of annoying moves that can also interfere with you killing those bracers, so... I don't know, like, bottom C? Like, he doesn't do much, but he does at least something, you know what I mean? Okay, and all we have left is Wyvern and Yorm. Now, Wyvern is... again, what if Runback was the entire boss? Because that's basically it, right? Only the Runback is inside the arena. But also you can fucking skip it. And you know what? I will put her close to like top of the C, I think. Fuck it, I'll put her at the top of the sea. You know why? Because it's so fucking satisfying to do that skip jump and not run around like a fucking idiot. Yorm. Yorm is a gimmick boss, and he's a gimmick boss that for some reason I always manage to fuck up. I don't know why, but I have played Dark Souls 3 a lot, and there was not a lot of times when I killed him first try. For real. But like again, he's not hard, I'm just managing to fuck it up somehow. Still, I would say he's a gimmick boss, and he's a gimmick boss done right. Like, there is an obvious fucking thing lying around in the arena, and you just use that, and it's still, you know, a fight, because you need to charge it and shit. So, yeah, I suppose lower B will do just fine. Actually, I will not put him above DS1 gargoyles, but just behind them will do. And so, yeah, let me get out of the way for a sec. And yeah, this is the finalized DS boss tier list. Okay, and I'm back. Alright, well, that was a lot of opinions. Now, what's the time? We could kinda do a bit of Geoguessr, I suppose. You know what? Give me like a minute AFK, and let me put on my God tier BRB screen. Yeah. Give me a minute, and then there was one video I kinda wanted to watch, and then maybe some Geoguessr, we'll see. Just a minute. Okay, I do have to say though, I did not expect this to take quite that much time. I suppose I had a lot of things to say about it, huh? Yeah. Good thing I didn't decide to grab one with like Bloodborne and Sekiro and Elden Ring and everything in it. Or we would have to also do like 40 Crucible Knights, 10 Magma Drakes, what the fuck else you have in Dungeon? Yeah. Anyways. So, there was this one thing. So I was kinda scrolling through YouTube thinking about maybe finding some video to like react to, and I've seen this. Why do wind turbines have 3 blades? And I was like, wait, actually why? And it's short, so yeah, let's give that a quick watch. And just because I don't know, I kinda felt like it.
It's possible to build a wind turbine with 2 blades, or 5 blades, or even 1 blade, but the vast majority of modern windmills have 3 blades, and there are 3 good reasons for that. The first reason for 3 blades comes from physics. All else being equal, the more blades a windmill has, the more torque it can generate, but also the more drag it has, because each additional blade has to cut through the wind. And drag grows quickly the faster the windmill is spinning. So in general, many bladed windmills work better at lower rotational speeds relative to wind speed. On the other hand, a windmill with fewer blades generates less torque, but also experiences less drag. So fewer bladed windmills tend to work better at higher rotational speeds. Here's a graph showing the efficiencies of turbines with different numbers of blades, where the x-axis shows how fast they're spinning relative to the wind, and the y-axis shows the efficiency of the turbine. The efficiency for a 5-blade turbine is highest at low speeds, while a 1-blade turbine works better at high rotational speeds. You can see that the highest possible efficiency of any turbine comes at intermediate speeds on this curve here, which corresponds to, you guessed it, 3 blades. But there's more to a turbine than
Well,
efficiency.
that's kinda boring.
A super high efficiency windmill is no use if it falls apart after just a little while. So, the second reason why windmills have 3 blades comes from engineering. The problem is that windmills have to be strong enough to withstand the many different bending and rotational and vibrational forces necessary for their operation. For example, when the blades of a 2-blade wind turbine are aligned with or opposite the pole, it can create an unbalanced twisting force under the wrong wind conditions. This can lead to large forces pushing the pole to bend forwards or backwards, or twist side to side. There are similar issues with other even numbers of blades, including for our purposes a single blade rotor, since it only has a counterweight on the other side and nothing to balance the unequal wind forces. If the rotor has an odd number of blades, like 3 or 5, the fact that blades don't come in pairs means that wind loads are more evenly distributed across the face of the rotor, and so the bending and twisting forces are greatly reduced.
I was for a second like, okay, but why the fuck would it be different? But yeah, I suppose it's just because it's asymmetrical, yeah.
So, in order to use 2 blades, the materials and engineering of the tower, hub, and blades need to be more robust, which costs more and negates many of the other cost benefits of using fewer blades. Also, when comparing 3 and 5 blade designs with the 2-blade design, the lower rotational speeds of turbines with more blades means that all the moving parts experience less wear over time. So to minimize unwanted twisting forces from the wind, we want an odd number of blades. And more blades cause less wear and tear, but more blades cost more money. If you took the blades from 2 5-blade turbines, you'd have enough to make 3 3-blade turbines, plus 1 left over. Taking all these engineering factors into account, 3 blades it is. The third reason for windmills to have 3 blades comes from human comfort. If you want to build a windmill, you need people to be okay with you building a windmill, so how it looks and how it sounds matters. 3-blade rotors are generally considered more visually pleasing than a 2-blade equivalent. One possible reason for this is that the space taken up by a 3-blade rotor in the horizontal and vertical directions changes only slightly over time, whereas a 2-blade rotor switches back and forth between mostly horizontal and mostly vertical and generally looks more choppy. Even at rest, people prefer the symmetry of 3 blades over 2.
It's kind of fun because, like, it's technically the lack of symmetry, but also, yeah, I mean, I kinda see it. Huh. Okay. Fair enough, I suppose.
3 look pretty good, while 2 can look off balance or awkward depending on how they're oriented relative to the tower. Wind turbines are also noisy, and basically all of the noise comes from the turbulence that forms as the blades cut through the air. So the least noisy windmills are the slowest. Looking again at the efficiency graph, we see that a 3-blade rotor achieves the same or better level of efficiency at slower rotational speed than a 2-blade rotor, which means for a given wind speed, 3-blade windmills can run more quietly, though they are by no means silent. Obviously, we've glossed over some details, but essentially that's it. 3 good reasons that windmills have 3 blades. Physics says that 3-blade rotors are most efficient. Engineering says that for the same cost, 3-blade rotors are less likely to break than 2-blade ones. And human comfort says they're not noisy, headless stick figures. The amount of electricity we can generate with wind power and other forms of clean energy is amazing. Just look at...
Okay. Well, that's my curiosity sated. I am... I don't know, man. I'm not sure what I expected. But it does feel kinda boring. Okay, now. What else do we have? I suppose just Geoguessr. And I didn't even start the deals for this week, so... yeah, we should probably do that. See results? No shit. Okay, well. I think we probably have time for like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, depending on how long it lasts. Also, let me just throw on the category. Seems like a good idea, you know? Right. Well, let's go with this. Right, not too aggressive. Tolerable rank, okay. We are so in. This gives me major South America vibes. White plate. Wait, a lot of yellow plates. That definitely looks Spanish. Okay, so probably Colombia then? Because that is like majority of them having yellow plates. And also we are kinda barely moving. The buses on the other hand are very much white. Now I will still go Colombia, fuck it. And... okay. Actually, you know what? I will risk it and go here. And that was a good idea. I just thought that few white plates might mean like closer to the border. Guess it was a good idea. Okay, some to the north. Left side drive. Somewhat English. I mean, that is kind of obvious now. Question is, as it often is, South Africa or Australia? I am definitely feeling more South Africa this time. Yeah, probably. But, yeah, that definitely sounds South African. Okay, let us just go with it then. It seems kinda greenish, so I will go around this part probably. Well, technically it was a Swatini. Alright. Sun is kinda inconclusive, yellow lines. I'm thinking it could be like Peru. San Rafael, Aguam, whatever, okay, that sorta checks out, I suppose. I mean, yeah, that seems Spanish. And it's kind of a mountain road. And sun is like... Well, right now it seems to be like barely to the south. And with how it works in South America, I think that kinda checks out for Peru. Well, that one says Mexico. Twice. And that I think is Dotamax. Okay, so it is Mexico after all. Well, that was the inconclusive sun for you. Okay, yeah, now it looks definitely far more to the south, so yeah. I will go in this here dry part. I'm not sure where it's like more mountainous, so I'll just go there. Why am I the one rushing? Like all the time in this game. Well, I mean, I suppose I'm just getting all I need and that's it. Right. Shanghai Noodle House. Well, something tells me this is not Shanghai. We have... that seems like a right side drive. So probably Philippines then. Jimenez Central School? I don't know where the fuck Jimenez is. But that sounds Filipinos. Okay, let us see if I can actually find something named Jimenez. It could be like a district or something in a bigger city, but hell if I know. Yeah, well, I am not seeing a Jimenez, so I will go right about here, between like Manila and a couple other big-ish cities. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, shit. Okay, that's Thai, I think. Yeah, should be Thai. And it looks city-ish, so probably somewhere here like along the coast. Let me hit Bangkok. I don't know, it's probably something smaller, but whatever. I mean, okay, technically it was Laos. So, yeah, sure. Kumbaya. Uh-huh. This looks kinda European to me, no? What the fuck? Well, that is certainly a name. Shit, wait. Sun. Sun seems to be to the south. Okay, give me like Denmark. Yeah, I don't know. Anywhere Scandinavian will do, kinda. Okay, not in a million fucking years would I have guessed that. And this is... oh, Ukraine. Okay, now... can we find something actually useful here? Cause, like, it's nice to know the country, but... problem is it's a fucking village in the middle of nowhere, so... that sucks. This looks like it's going kinda out. Cause I don't know, man, for now it's like literally anywhere in Ukraine. Yeah, the name of the village itself doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, I suppose it's kinda likely that every region has one named that. Maybe not everyone, but certainly not a single one of them. And bro is not waiting. Okay, I will go like about here, but I have no idea generally. Okay, I was closer at least. Fuck. Okay, it's Mexico, I think, then. It's the fucking place from Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, I mean, it is Mexico. Now, question is where the fucking Mexico it is. Now, one thing I can actually see is that it is coastal. Otherwise, I have no idea. Wait, also, the water was... what? This way? Let's to the south. I hope it's not like the smallest place. Boom. I think he also just found it. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, well. I guess I misjudged that. Well, I did fuck up on hunger, so yeah. Okay. This guy seems weaker, but might be a bit more aggressive. Okay, my immediate thought is like Canada. Speaking of sun to the south, so yep, probably. Now it could technically be US, so what would be nice is a confirmation, like maybe a speed limit sign. Meters, yep. And I don't think I will get much more, But it is quite mountainous, so I will go about here-ish. And that will do for me. It could of course be like way north, but that is a risky place to go, mostly. Okay. That worked. Okay, so I am immediately saying Eastern Europe. You gotta be shitting me. I wanna go like so, probably. And it was Romania. I don't know, maybe he found some text, maybe some meta shit, I'm not sure. Maybe just lucky. Lorong Santosa, what? That doesn't tell me anything. I mean, maybe like Indonesia, Philippines type of shit. I think it is left side drive. That kinda checks out, question mark, I think. Not enough text, way not enough. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely left side drive. It looks kinda not exactly poor, maybe. I will go here, so it's like not far from Malaysia. So that is kinda a likely option. Yeah. Ah, fuck. Dark Road in the middle of nowhere. What could be better? Elf something, so... Spanish question mark? Oh, also, fuck, I need to find the sun. Sun is kinda to the north. Huh. Not too far now. Could be like Brazil. Cause I definitely did not see enough text to differentiate. Hang on. Okay. Not Argentina. I think. Do we have anything? Not really. Municipalidad, but that doesn't tell me much about the country. Okay, that is an Argentinian plate. And this guy I cannot see at all. Shit. I mean, Argentina is kinda in the middle of the continent and I wouldn't go too far south, so... Okay, let's go right about here, fuck it. Oh! That was right on the money. But he's still alive. Could be Eastern Europe. I think that is Czech. It is definitely Slavic. I'm not fully sure about the exact language. Well, he might be more certain than me. Okay, fuck it, I'll go check. Slovenia, fair enough. Pizzeria, and also just by that sign. Yeah, that sounds very much Italian to me. Kinda mountainous, so I would go north. Should have checked for EU plates. Yeah, that is like very much Italian. I wouldn't go like all the way north though. I wanna go around Florence, I suppose. There seems to be some like mountains or hills at least, so that works as well. It doesn't seem like full on out to me, so you know. I mean, okay, that is also an option. Okay, possible left side drive. English. A lot of fucking skyscrapers. Likely left side drive actually. Sun. Inconclusive. Okay, I think I saw a max. But I'm not sure. Okay, US. What are the others? Yeah, I'm not fucking sure. Everything in English. I saw Miami as like a street name, but it might as well just be Miami, I don't know. You know what, fuck it, I'll hit it. Because I have no better ideas anyway. Okay, fuck. That is a yellow. That is not a EU yellow. That seems like American flag. Sun is... Sun checks out. Now, where would they have yellow plates in US? I have no idea. Also, that guy has no front plate. That's at least some info, I suppose. That is useless. that guy also doesn't have a front plate. Okay, so... with sun seemingly being... Okay, these guys... I mean, some do have front plates, but like... not a lot, I think. So it's reasonable to go like Confederate South, you know? Alright, netshit is .org. Out of the highway, yeah, that is definitely a US thing. Okay, I will go like... wait. Fuck. That was close. Saved by the bell, holy shit. Although he was way off, so it would be like 100 damage. Because we would both be just like way off. Okay, so yellow plates in US might mean Alaska. That is good to know. If only I would remember it. Right, now, do I want to do more? You know what, I kinda don't, and we are kinda at a decent time, so yeah, let's just stop here. So, yeah, this was fun. I might think about more tier lists. Just need to figure out where I have, like, something to say, you know? Alright, anyways, have a good one. Bye!